nainggit nga ako eh.
Diba? Grabe. But thank you once again, ladies of the Big Story.
Thank you.
Hope you enjoyed your weekend, and happy Monday to Cez, to Sean, and to Pauline. On Play-by-Play, we've got the latest NBA scores plus a preview of the Sharks Billiards Association's upcoming Philippine Open. SBA founder Hadley Mariano will join us live in the studio.
And we've got results from a full weekend of volleyball with games in the Spikers Turf and the UAAP.
I'm Andre Felix.
And I'm Denise Tan, sitting in for Cheska Liton-Calao.
And here's tonight's Play-by-Play.
Ramiro, the show by Mamoy leaves. Puts it on. Unbelievable. Gemma on the left side. Oh, the pass! Stuck in another one. Bacuna's rejecting Esteban for the win.
Denise, I'm sure you do. Remember that game, crazy game winner ni Kawhi Leonard back in 2019 against Philadelphia? That jumper, fadeaway, it was iconic. Napaupo pa nga si Kawhi noon eh. That was the one that sent the Toronto Raptors to the Eastern Conference Finals, and we know what happened. The rest was history. They won the title. Well, the Claw is at it again this time, though. He delivered for the Los Angeles Clippers in overtime against the Sacramento Kings. Let's roll it. Down one. 21 seconds left in the extra period. Clips lean on this guy, Kawhi, to bail them out, and he did not disappoint. Take a look at this play against Keegan Murray. And even three defenders nonetheless puts it up, puts it in. Woo! Kawhi Leonard with a left-handed shot, drops in, final score, ball game, 111, 110. Clips win. Kawhi finished with 17 points. James Harden, by the way, top scored for the Clips with 29 markers, including the floater that forced overtime. The Beard also had 9 rebounds, 11 assists. And the Kings did get a combined 61 points from DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine in a losing effort. The Clippers tightened their hold on the 8th spot in the West with 35 wins and 29 losses. The Kings, meanwhile, number 9 in the conference with 33 victories and 30 defeats. Here's Kawhi right after his incredible lefty game winner.
Tried to get to my spot going right. The defender came, cut me off. Spin move back and tried to get to my spot going right. The defender came, cut me off. Spin move back and I just trust my work. Throw it up with the left hand.
Talk about trusting the work. On a night where the shots weren't falling early, what is your mindset in that moment?
Keep shooting. I'm not going to give up. I'll go 0 for 30. But I'm going to have the same mindset to keep shooting. This is what proves it right here.
Kawhi, in a game of massive implications in the standings, you guys also win your 3rd straight at home. What did the urgency feel like for this group tonight?
Very urgent. I said this before, it's going to make or break us. We're playing in playoff basketball games right now with the atmosphere and with every possession counting with the standings that we're in, and, you know, we'll see what happens.
Now the battle between two MVP frontrunners goes to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, at least for this round. He led the Oklahoma City Thunder past Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets. SGA went off for 40 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists as OKC blew out Denver 127-103. The Thunder were actually off to a slow start, with the Nuggets scoring the first 10 points of the game. But the Thunder turned things around and were already up by 3 entering the 4th. Then they went on to a 40-21 scoring surge to close out their 7th straight dub. Jokic tried to carry the Nuggets with a near triple-double of 24 markers, 13 rebounds, and 9 assists in a losing effort. Denver is back down to 3rd in the West with 41 wins and 23 losses. OKC still rules with the conference with 53 victories and 11 defeats.
From the rulers of the West to the leaders of the East, the Cleveland Cavaliers are now just one victory away from matching their longest win streak of the season. The hottest team in the league right now have won 14 in a row after beating the Milwaukee Bucks 112-100. Now, if you recall, the Cavs won 15 straight games to start this season. Cleveland scored its latest win, even though Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland combined to make just 8 out of 28 field goals for a total of 28 points. Their teammates, though, picked up the slack as the other 12 Cavaliers who saw action each scored at least a bucket. Max Strus led the way with a team-high 17 markers. Giannis Antetokounmpo dropping a 30-piece in a losing cause, but moved into 50th place on the NBA's all-time scoring list. The Cavaliers have a league-best record of 54 wins and 10 losses. The Bucks are now clinging to number 4 in the East with 36 victories against 27 setbacks. 10 more NBA teams hit the hardwood tonight.
And here are the results. Devin Booker and Kevin Durant helped the Phoenix Suns hold off the injury-depleted Dallas Mavericks 125-116. Ja Morant and Desmond Bane combined for 62 points to lead the Memphis Grizzlies past the New Orleans Pelicans 107-104. Lonnie Walker IV and Quentin Grimes step up for the Philadelphia 76ers in their 126-122 conquest of the Utah Jazz.
Meanwhile, the Minnesota Timberwolves tally their 5th straight win after beating the San Antonio Spurs 141-124. And lastly, Cade Cunningham once again leads the Detroit Pistons as they take down the Portland Trailblazers 119-112. In other news, WNBA superstar Sabrina Ionescu is here in the country for a 3-day Manila tour. The sweet shooting guard shared photos and a clip of her high-fiving fans upon her arrival here in the Philippines. Then earlier today, Ionescu visited the Courtyard and Bonifacio Global City in Taguig for a basketball camp with hopes of inspiring Filipina ballers. The Philippines is the New York Liberty Stars' first stop on her Asia tour. She will also visit Guangzhou in China and Hong Kong. The WNBA champs visit also coincides with the launch of her Nike Sabrina 2 collection. Aside from today's activities, Ionescu will also be at the Big Dome, the Smart Araneta Coliseum tomorrow for an exhibition game and a 3-point shootout.
And now for some volleyball action, a trio of Sunday sweeps and the Spikers Turf Open Conference. We start with the Signal HD Spikers, who are back on track after their first loss in the tournament. The HD Spikers vented their ire on the VNS Leyte Crete Griffins 25-16, 25-15, 26-24. Team captain Wendell Miguel paced Signal with 9 points, while Steven Rotter added 8 markers in a 2-set appearance. Meanwhile, the Crisscross King Crunchers remain undefeated at 6-0 after beating the Alpha Insurance Protectors 25-10, 25-12, and 25-11. Jude Garcia took the spotlight again with 13 points on 7 kills, 5 blocks, and an ace to go along with 8 excellent receptions. And lastly, the Savoj Spin Doctors reasserted their mastery over the PGJC Navy Sea Lions 25-18, 25-14, and 25-21. Mark Calado led the way with 15 points all from attacks, while Shawi Caritativo backed him up with 10 markers to go along with 5 excellent digs and 4 excellent receptions. After the break, more men's volleyball, this time in the UAAP with results from this weekend's set of games. Play-by-play will be right back, so stay tuned.
welcome back to Play-by-Play only here on One News. The Philippines has long embraced billiards and once called the Mecca of pool. But the sport has become quite dormant over the years, and this gentleman right here is trying to revive it.
And so to talk to us more about the Sharks Billiards Association and its upcoming Philippine Open, we have the founder of SBA. We have Hadley Mariano. Good evening, and thank you again for your
evening,
time,
guys.
Hadley.
Welcome back, Hadley. Welcome back. Oh,
Thank you,
last
thank
time he
you.
was here, but we were sitting over there because he was with some players who were
Players,
talking about the
yeah.
trash talking and all that. So yeah, go ahead.
So we want to know more about this Philippine Open. Ano nga ba yung magiging tournament nito? And how will it be played? How is it different from any other tournaments we've seen in the past?
So basically, the Philippine Open will serve as a scouting tournament. So this is actually for the team owners, so that they will have a way to scout players. Kasi unlike other sports, billiards is not really developed sport. So we don't have college leagues, you don't have yung mga inter-barangay leagues. So
na pwede mo ma-recruit.
Yeah,
like you can see yung
Wala tayong
kasi
ganon.
like 'di ba kasi sa UAAP as basketball volleyball may UAAP,
Yeah.
'di ba kahit football dito wala tayong ganon.
walang career path ng mga bata.
Correct. Okay.
So this serves as siguro to really jumpstart yung ganitong concept ng billiards, yung may liga tapos may team owners na nagsa-scout ng players.
Okay. So, kakabanggit mo lang kasi I know you mentioned also in that interview, in a different interview, and then you at least nasabi mo na rin dito sa play-by-play that the Philippine Open will indeed serve as sort of a scouting tournament.
Yeah.
So, sino mga magsa-scout? Paano mas-scout? How many teams? How many players? Paano yung magiging, paki-explain kung paano? Kasi alam natin naman how it is. O, sige, for example na lang, kasi si Denise sa volleyball player, tas basketball din. Ganun papanoorin, di ba?
Yeah.
Papanoorin ng, kunyari, o UAAP,
Same siya,
NCAA.
same sa-
Papanoorin, tapos pagdating sa ano, okay, pwede to, kukunin na natin pag naano sa draft, di ba,
Tama.
na landing. Paano yung mangyayari sa inyo?
Sa billiards, I think it would be similar sa volleyball na rin and other sports na team-based na paano
May drafting?
may drafting kami.
Okay.
Pero we did the drafting nung season 1.
Okay.
Pero since walang scouting tournament, where Sharks naman has been operating since 2020.
Pwede,
So,
sorry to cut you, pwede mag-direct hire?
you can do a direct hire. Basta the player has a GAB license. Games and Amusements Board.
So, big sabihin, hindi, kung kunyari ako player, kung may direct hire, I'm just clarifying things. Kunyari lang, for example, so Denise, sabay kami pumasok, pero sumali siya sa draft nyo. Ako,
Hindi pwede yun. You have to join the draft. You have to join the draft.
Okay.
Para everyone would respect yung draft pick.
Yes.
So
Tapos pag di ka na-pick, doon pwede nang, di ba, free
Pag
agent
hindi ka na-pick, kasi iba siya ngayon eh. You cannot compare it with basketball,
Yun nga, doon ko
volleyball.
kasi,
Kasi ano na siya eh, buong sport na siya. Dito, strictly, kailangan nandun ka sa draft pick. Wala kaming free agents. Very stringent pa yung rules namin when it comes to getting players from outside.
So, posibleng hindi, kunyari kung di ma-pick, hindi na makakalaro.
Hindi na makakalaro. Hindi siya
Okay,
makakalaro.
let's go back, Hadley, to that Philippine Open where sabi mo nga, di ba, parang scouting, ano siya, avenue or platform siya, especially for aspiring pool players. What's the long-term plan though? Kasi 'di ba, parang wala nga masyado exposure
Yeah.
from the grassroots program. Magsa-scouting ka, then you make a team, you eventually you get them into more tournaments, paano ba?
Kunyari, nakuha na yung player sa isang team. We will start season 2 in May. So the season 2 would run for roughly 5 months, 6 months. So it's, I think, regular income for the players yon. Tapos after the season, pwede, if the team owners would want their players to join tournaments abroad, they can send the players abroad. Or kung gusto nilang mag-focus sa SBA lang, off-season, pa-train lang nila yung players dito sa Philippines.
Glad that you mentioned the regular income because, and I know we've mentioned and talked about this in the past, na yung billiards kasi, unfortunately, no, kahit na may mga standout players tayo, nare-relate pa rin siya to yung mga negative things.
Yes,
Like
yes.
yung gambling. Pero,
pustahan.
Pustahan.
Aminin ko, let's
Diba?
go speed. Kasi kahit naman si Efren bata dati, kaya dahil magaling na, kaya bata, di ba? Sa pustahan, doon siya nakalala yung mga bilyar-bilyar.
Yes. Pero with this kind of platform that you're giving them, may elevate na natin yung
May
players.
elevate natin
And you
yung
really
players.
give them a future.
Yes.
Oo.
I think it's same with any other sport. Kahit naman yung basketball, volleyball. There was a time na underground sport yan eh. Di ba? Di ba nga, nagsi-street ball yung mga yan eh. So I think with billiards, nagstay lang siya doon sa underground world for a long time. So ngayon, let's see kung mayaangat natin yung sport with this new team-based format.
How many teams kayo ulit? Sorry.
We started Season 1 with 4 teams. Season 2, we will start with 5 teams na.
Okay.
So, an additional of 1 team.
Baka may gusto ka pang banggitin or syempre as you talk to the fans also, I believe this will be your camera. Ito, no? Invite mo sila doon sa mga gusto din sumali. Pwede pa ba mag-apply?
Pwede pa.
Yan, si Odi, floor director na, bibilyar na. Hindi nga,
Yan, na-mention nga niya kanina na
Sasali siya.
tumambay daw siya ng Sharks. Nagpunta siya ng bilyara namin. Naglalaro
Baka
siya.
iwan na kami dito. Balitaan mo ako, ha?
Nandun na siya sa amin.
Astrid Garcia na number 1 pick pala. No?
Magaling pala magbilyar.
Mahusay yan.
Actually, di sa Pilipinas, marami talaga
Marami
magaling.
talaga, pare. Go ahead.
So, yun nga, yung para sa yung mga magagaling magbilyar dyan at kasi dami nag-i-inquire sa amin na paano makasali sa SBA. So, ito na yung chance nyo. Puntahan nyo yung Facebook page namin. Meron kaming QR code doon.
Ito, nakikita natin sa TV.
Ayan, nasa screen natin. You scan the QR code, tapos you apply, may tatawag sa inyo. Just make sure yung contact number na ilalagay nyo, yun talaga yung contact number nyo. Tapos yun, just wait for a call and yun.
And
Easy.
And clarify natin, Hadley, walang age limit.
Walang age limit.
Kahit
This is
sino.
Philippine Open, the word open, it's open for everyone.
Pati nanlaki mata ko dun sa 1 million.
Oo nga, ako rin.
Guaranteed yun. No tax yun.
Guaranteed.
No tax yun.
May tax siyempre.
Yan, check
May
ka lang.
malapit ba dito? Makapag-practice na
Magbilyar
nga.
ka.
Oo,
Baka
makapag-practice
kayo ni
na.
Odi mamaya magbilyar kayo. No, pero thank you. Kasi I know this is the second time you're interviewing him kanina, di ba, sa
Yes.
Afternoon Delight. And always, the doors of
Thank you.
of the show, play-by-play, always open to you. Alam mo naman yan, pati sa Sharks.
Thank you.
The best of luck.
And
Thank you.
again, we'd like to thank you for your time. That was Hadley Mariano, founder of the Sharks Billiards Association.
Pero magaling ka talaga magbilyar.
Wala akong alam. Hindi ko nga alam yung ganun eh. But now let's talk about something else. We head now to the UAAP for some volleyball updates. It was another action-packed weekend in the men's tournament with teams battling for position as the first round nears its end. Here's a recap of the results. The DLSU Green Spikers get their third victory of the season by staving off the UE Red Warriors. LaSalle rallied from 4 points down at first set and used that momentum to the next two for a 26-24, 25-13, and 25-23 win. Michael Fortuna led the Green Spikers with 13 points, including 10 attacks and 3 blocks, while Vince Maglinaw contributed 11 markers and 8 digs. Meanwhile, the FAU Tamaraws are now 6-0 after beating the Adamson Soaring Falcons. The scores were close, but the undefeated Tams managed to complete the sweep 25-23, 25-20, 31-29. Drix Saavedra finished with 18 points on 14 attacks and 4 blocks, while Miko Espartero backed him up with 14 markers on 11 spikes and 3 blocks. FAU is now just 1 win away from sweeping the first round. As for the NU Bulldogs, they overcame a third set stumble to secure a 25-12, 25-15, 15-25, and 25-22 victory over the UP Fighting Maroons. Buds Budin led the Bulldogs with 22 points, tallying 17 attacks, 3 aces. Leo Ringo and Leo Ordiales added 16 and 14 markers respectively. And lastly, the Ateneo Blue Eagles take a 4-set victory and play spoiler to Josie Bañez and the UST Golden Spikers. Final score 25-20, 25-22, 22-25, and 25-21. Ibanez played his first game back since suffering a grade 2 right ankle sprain in UST's opening game. But Ateneo was locked in for the victory with Kennedy Batas and Amil Pasino leading the way. Batas finished with a game-high 21 points while Pasino provided ample support with 17 points. Coming up, we'll check out the games from the UAAP Season 87 Women's Volleyball Tournament over the weekend. Catch that and more when Play-by-Play returns. You're watching Play-by-Play on One News. Welcome back. Frontrunners in the UAAP Women's Volleyball Tournament once again dominate to separate themselves from the pack. A look into the games this weekend in this report.
Double-digit mark with a limited minutes game.
Back-to-back wins for the DLSU Lady Spikers after taking down the UE Lady Warriors in 4 sets. Final score 25-12, 23-25, 25-14, and 25-17. Angel Canino finished with 20 points to go along with 10 digs and 9 receptions. Jean Soreño contributed 12 markers and 7 digs, while Nicole Reyes tossed 23 excellent sets. Meanwhile, the FEU Lady Tamaraws extended their winning streak to 3 after beating the Adamson Lady Falcons 23-25, 25-15, 25-13, and 25-10. Jers Petalio led the charge with 16 points built on 14 attacks and 2 aces to go along with 15 excellent receptions. Jean Asis and Faida Bacanque added 14 and 13 points respectively. As for the NU Lady Bulldogs, they stayed perfect after sweeping the UP Fighting Maroons 25-13, 25-23, and 25-22. The deadly duo of Bella Belen and Eliza Solomon dominated once again. Belen had 17 points and 7 excellent receptions, showcasing her all-around game. Solomon delivered 16 points in her first game since officially applying for the Korean Volleyball Federation import draft. The Lady Bulldogs are now 5-0 to start the season. And to wrap up the weekend, the UST Golden Tigresses roared to their 5th win in a row after sweeping the Ateneo Blue Eagles 25-20, 25-23, and 25-21. Super sophomore Angge Poyos was once again unstoppable, delivering a game-high 19 points. To make matters worse for Ateneo, they lost another player to an injury. Sobi Buena had to be stretchered off in the first set after hurting her right leg. Ateneo had already lost Zel Chunashima and J-Lo de los Santos for the season due to their respective injuries. Even more volleyball tomorrow as the play-in tournament of the PVL All-Filipino Conference resumes at the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig City. First up, the Farm Fresh Foxies look to keep their quarterfinals hopes alive as they face the Cherry-Tigo Crossovers at 4 p.m. A win for Cherry-Tigo will see them enter the quarterfinals as the 8th seed and face the defending champions, Creamline Cool Smashers. Then at 6:30 p.m., the Signal HD Spikers also look to secure a quarterfinal slot as they battle the Zeus Coffee Thunderbells. Should Signal advance, they will take the 7th seed and battle the Petrogaz Angels. You can catch all the action live on One Sports, One Sports Plus, and the Pilipinas Live app.
Coming off the weekend, we got an all-NBA lineup for you in tonight's highlight reel. Let's roll it. Let's start with the Suns and the depleted Mavs. Inside, blocked there by Grayson Allen. Defense, offense. O'Neal ahead to Book. Look at that defense. Clay just letting Devin Booker go. That's what happened when it happens when you have a demoralized team without AD, without Kyrie, without Daniel Gafford, without Derek Lively, and D-Book and Phoenix capitalizing on that as Allen had 17 points, 2 blocks. One of those is that Devin Booker notched a team-high 24 markers as the Suns beat the depleted Mavericks. Final score 125-116. Phoenix keeps its play-in hopes alive, well, at least for now. Okay, on to some Pelicans and Grizzlies action. Jose Alvarado, look at that. Woo! To Trey Murphy III. From beyond half court, and look at Desmond Bain, cannot do anything to stop that. Look at the athleticism, the reach, the reverse. Alley-oop, Alvarado to Murphy. Whew. And Trey Murphy, by the way, had a team high, 27 points. Alvarado had 11 dimes. One of those is that alley-oop. But the Pels, though, lose this one 107-104. And we go to the last one, of course. Game winner, game winner. Here's Kawhi against Keegan Murray, backing against 3 defenders over Jonas Valanciunas for the win in OT. Clips win, and look at Kawhi showing some emotions. We rarely see the Claw with that kind of celebration and emotion. Take a look at this again. Lefty, one-hander bounce, drops in, Clips win. Claw struggled from the field, 7 of 19, but made that most important bucket. for the win, and he had 17 points. Clippers get past the Kings 111 to 110 at home. Denise.
Now, before we go dito, madaming napahu! Madaming napahu. We want to congratulate my fellow former USC Golden Tigress, EJ Laure, for tying the knot with former child actor Bugoy Carino. EJ and Bugoy exchanged I-dos in front of friends and family at a church wedding in Silang, Cavite this weekend. Ang hashtag, once and na lifetime with Bugoy. Laure's next-led teammates as well as other volleyball stars were in attendance. EJ and Bugoy got engaged in 2023 and they have a daughter named Scarlett. So again, congratulations to the newlyweds.
Congratulations to EJ and to Bugoy. No, I've known Bugoy since he was a really young kid. Kasi nag-guest yan dati. Doon sa morning show on a different network, 15 years ago. Tapos EJ, syempre, when I was covering EJ sa different league then, V-League, diba? So, and UAAP. So, and they have a daughter, si Scarlett na sabi mo, 6 years old naman si Scarlett ngayon, 6 na. Parang mga ganon, 6 or 7 if I'm not mistaken. But congratulations kay Bugoy and kay EJ and to the Laura family, Carino family. We're happy for you. And congratulations. That's all from us tonight. Catch us again tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. for a play-by-play of the day's top sports stories.
Play-by-play is on One News. That's Signal TV Channel 8 on SD and Channel 250 on HD. We're also available on Signal Play and Pilipinas Live.
I'm Andre Felix.
And I'm Denise Tan, sitting in for Cheska Litten Calao. Thank you for watching.